Request you, Secretary to please call the roll.
Our City Vice Mayor and Presiding Officer, the Honorable Aurora Virginia and Almonte, present. Honorable Vincent J. Montero, present. The Honorable Joel B. Aclau, present. Honorable Sol Jude B. Gamalinda, present. The Honorable Isaiah U. Klaus Jr. or Majority Floor Leader, present. Honorable Joel A. Fernandez, present. The Honorable Jesse S. Amboa, present. Honorable Eileen M. Paladua, present. The Honorable Arthur Q. Inanoria, on leave. Honorable Noel B. Undang Sr., present. The Honorable Josebel E. Maghinay, present. The Honorable Alfredo Y. Bolino Jr., our Federated ABC President, present. Honorable Henrix Gonzaga, our SK Federated President, present. And the Honorable Jolie T. Bumulon, our IPMR, present. Madam Presiding Officer, out of 14 members, we have 13 members present this afternoon special session, August 31, 2023.
There being 30 members present, so quorum is already here. Majority Floor Leader.
Thank you, Madam Presiding. For today's special session, August 31, 2023, everybody has a copy of our order of business. On item E, approval of agenda, there is only one item. Madam Presiding Officer, I move for its approval of joint sponsorship.
The Majority Floor Leader moved that today's agenda be approved on joint sponsorship. Any comments, reaction? The chair is none, so the motion is carried. Next, please.
On item F, order of business, calendar of business, there is only one item. Madam Presiding Officer, it's the state, the city address of our Honorable City Mayor Lemuel, Mary M. Acosta.
Thank you, Majority Floor Leader. Please all rise. As we welcome His Honor Mayor Lemuel Mary M. Acosta on his very first day of the city address. And may I request the councilors, Honorable Eileen Paladua, Honorable Jocelyn Maghinay, and Honorable Luis Gonzaga to escort our mayor to the stage.
People of Oroquieta, ladies and gentlemen, maayong hapon kanatong tanan. Today, allow me to deliver to you our successes and challenges as a government, as a city, and as a people. In several occasions, I, with my fellow elected officials, have joined you in many of our activities. We casually mingled with you, we dined with you, and we talked with you. But in my journey as your city mayor since 2019, I have stood with you in the best and worst of times. My first year in office was very challenging. Barely just 8 months in office, a global pandemic hit us. We don't know what to do then because it was the first. It has brought us back to our homes, literally and figuratively. We were brought down in our knees in prayer for safety and preservation of life. Ug salamat sa Ginoo, we were able to manage the pandemic quite successfully, especially in keeping the mortality rate at a fairly low number. Perhaps brought about by our strict compliance to the health protocols and the availability of COVID vaccines. Speaking of vaccines, kung nahinumduman ninyo, ang atong syudad lakip lamang sa pipila ka local government units sa tibuok Pilipinas ug tulo lamang sa local government units sa Pulo, Mindanao ang nakapalit ug atong kaugalingong bakuna. Mauto ang AstraZeneca. Mao nang allow me to thank then Vice Mayor George Almonte and the members of the City Council for giving me the blanket authority to purchase the AstraZeneca vaccines. Mo nang pakpakan nato sila ni anak. Mo nang hangtod karon, walay hunong ang ako ang pagpasalamat sa mga lideres sa syudad ug sa atuang mga kabaranggayan. Labi na gyud sa atuang mga medical and economic frontliners, sa atuang mga uniformed personnels, and the many faceless heroes during the pandemic. Akong pagabalikon, daghan kaayong salamat. Unom ka bulan sa pagtungtong nato sa ikaduhan natong termino. Hoping and thinking we are already out of the woods kay nakasurvive na ta sa pandemya. When, unexpectedly, Oroquieta experienced damaging floods as a result to a weather phenomenon na we call the shear line. It was a Christmas and a New Year we all did not wish for. Infrastructures were destroyed. Barangays were isolated. Farms washed out. Properties damaged. Lives were lost. And in just a matter of hours, more than 8,000 of our fellow Oroquetanos were displaced from their homes ug nahimo silang atong gitawag nga climate refugees. Nabalhin sila sa kalain-lain natong mga evacuation centers. Grabe ang problema. Maski asa ka mulingi, lapok ra gyud makita. Walay kuryente, walay tubig, walay signal. Worst, ang business district kung asa nato makita ang mga dagkong tindahan, mga bangko, ug ang atong merkado publiko na apektuhan pagyud. Pero we survive it. Gani, until now, I am amazed how quick we have recovered. Power, water, and communication lines were restored in less than 48 hours after the flooding. Sa maon na panghitabo, nakita nako ang kabagsik sa baha. Pero nakita pud nako ang kaayo sa tawo mo nang maingon ko it was the best of humanity. Why? Food stuffs and hot meals were delivered 4 hours after the water receded. Thanks to Governor Henry, Congressman Ando, and Mayor Ben Canama sa ilahang immediate action diha dayon. Help arrived in many forms. Cash donations, water, rice, canned goods, medicines, used clothing, coming from all over the country, from different LGUs, different national institutions and agencies, business groups, civic organizations, friends, and countless individuals who would just like to help. Nakita pud nako on how our personnels from the CDRRMO, OCPS, CEO, CSWDO, the PNP, the Bureau of Fire and Protection, Coast Guard, our Armed Forces of the Philippines, CTNRO, CHO, the Philippine National Red Cross. They all left their homes, risked their lives, just to save others. Mo nang pakpakan nato sila tanan. Human sa rescue and retrieval operations, again, the people from CDRMO, OCPS, CEO, CDO, PEO, DPWH, our water district, MLC1, our telecommunication companies, different water districts from all over Mindanao, work 24/7 to restore what needs to be restored, repaired what needs to be repaired, and clear what needs to be cleared. And our CSWDO, with DSWD, nagpadayon sila sa ilahang relief operations. Ug mauna ang ato ang gitawag og resilience. That is the appropriate description. Daghan kayong salamat sa tanan nga mitabang. Thank you may be an understatement, but truly deeply I say thank you to everyone for helping Oroquieta get back on its feet. When I assumed office 4 years ago, we have envisioned a better Oroquieta, a city that is truly reflective of its title, the capital of Misamis Occidental, wherein residents are empowered and confident of their future, where infrastructure and facilities will be at least at par with other cities in the region, and to become the center of trade and commerce in the first district of Misamis Occidental. What Oroquieta is today and in the coming years is not because of me alone. Rather, it is because of the public servants and the city government employees who make things happen. Through them, we have accomplished much, made projects and programs that benefit the people and our economy. As we aspire for professionalism and excellence in the local government, we bank on our 600 plus strong local government workers, ably headed by the different heads to promptly deliver the services incumbent upon us. And with the organization, development through right sizing of the city government of Oroquieta, through the expertise of the Development Academy of the Philippines, we will hopefully become an organization that is more responsive to the demands of time. Alone, I am weak, but with others, I am strong. Our city government, the employees of our city government rather, are the hands and feet of the local government. We owe many things to them. That is why we give back to them by maintaining a healthy and open relationship with the Oroquieta City Government Employees Association, or the OCGEA, the recognized employees union of the city. We grant them the maximum amount of the collective negotiation agreement benefit of 25,000 pesos for every employee every year. We award the 18-karat gold service ring to the employees, reaching 25 years of satisfactory and continuous service to the city government of Oroquieta. Kami ra kuno ang naaana. We provide funding for the employees' annual health wellness activities like Employees Fun Day and Sports Fest, Employees Nights, among others. We also give them access to free annual laboratory and clinical testing at the City Health Office. In return, OCGEA becomes our active, dependable, and reliable partner in many of the city's programs and activities. Dili sab nato kalimtan ang atoang mga job order employees. Sukad kita nakalingkod atong gipatuman ang minimum wage na swelduhan para kanila, para Mao na lang ni ang atuang insentibo sa ilahang madasigon nga pagserbisyo para sa atuang pinanggang dakbayan. Employment in the city government is open to all, regardless of status in life, religious belief, gender, age, and in which sector or he or she belongs. In fact, I am honored today to have employed Miss Junella Eli D. Ocampo. Will you please stand, Eli? In spite of her disability, she finished her studies and is now a licensed social worker with the CSWDO. Pakpakan na to si Ma'am Eli, anak. Ma'am Eli, you will always be an inspiration to all of us. After the pandemic and the disastrous flooding, we harness everything and everyone to facilitate the bouncing back, evident of the Filipino trait, which is resilience. Our local economy, although hurt and bleeding from these two situations, registered a positive trend indicative of a resilient economy. We have allocated the bulk of our budget, that is 84% of the local budget, for services that will touch base with our people, 36% for economic services, and 14% to social services, 34% to the general public services. We are hoping with this budget allocation, we can respond effectively to the needs of the grassroots. Our tax collection rate for real property taxes is at 97.86%. But it won't stop us to do better. Maunang ang atong city assessor has partnered with DOST and the Caraga State University by employing the MapX system. This is an innovative approach on property management and can be used in tax mapping, property valuation, and map digitization. For the business taxes, the City Treasurer's Office reported a more than 100% collection target as a result of an aggressive collection efforts. Pakpakan na itong City Treasurer. Ana. In fact, we are inches away in reaching our goal of 100 million pesos for our local income. No? An increase of our local income will translate to more projects and social services for our community. The city treasurer likewise reported to me that we have already exceeded our pre-pandemic tax collection level, evident that we are slowly rebounding. Parte sa ato ang plano ang pagpasulod og mga dagkong kumpanya ug ngalan sa negosyo sa atong syudad. Usa niini mao ang Robinsons Supermarket of the Robinsons Retail Holding Inc. Pakpakan natong Robinsons diana. Kay ang ilang entry to the city was a game changer. It was a vote of confidence to Oroquieta's economy. And in fact, during the opening, Mrs. Rubina Gokowipe personally came to Oroquieta and told me this: we haven't seen an opening as big as this for a very long time. No? Maunang ang ilahang presensya sa Oroquieta magpadayon, ang handyman nakapirma nagkontrata with the city government, and more brands will be coming under Robinsons Retail Holding Inc. in Oroquieta. Next month, ang schedule sa much-awaited groundbreaking sa first mall in Oroquieta City, no? Pagahimo na the Metro Central Mall of Mrs. Susan Ong, represented today by her son, Mr. Stephen Ong, the Chief Operating Officer of Metro Central Malls. Pakpakan na to. Daghan kayong salamat, sir. ang Metro Central Mall, mga kaigsunan ko, makahatag ni og kabibo sa atong syudad. Ug dugag oportunidad, trabaho para sa ato ang mga katawhan. And before the year ends, mo nang walay hunong sa pagdredge sa ato ang San Vicente Bajo Port karon, ang Starlight Ferries will soon make Oroquieta City as one of their port of calls, opening the Oroquieta, Larena, Tagbilaran, Cebu, and vice versa route. With this breakthrough, we can now bring our produce faster to the Visayas market. Mr. Pastrana, the Chief Executive Officer of FastCat, is also here today. Pakpakan na to siya. He has promised us that Oroquieta, Upol, and vice versa route will soon be available to Oroquetanons and Misamisnons. If that happens, we will be able to cut our travel time to Cagayan de Oro City from Oroquieta by 4 hours. Mas convenient, safe, ug mas duol pa para nato. With this development in the transportation sector in our city, nagtuuta na makatabang kini sa dali natong pagbiyahe sa ato ang mga produkto ug serbisyo gikan sa atong syudad padung sa mga target markets nato in the Visayas and the whole of Region 10. And at the same time, makahimong instrumento para ang turismo mulagsik pagbalik sa ato ang pinanggang syudad. Quite a number of other businesses have signified interest in putting up business in the city. The presence and interest of these big businesses, plus our local SMEs, just show that they have confidence in our local economy and to our leadership. The agriculture sector. This sector felt much of the wrath of the December flooding. 21 barangays were affected. Hundreds of hectares of rice land and almost 200 hectares of high-value croplands were damaged, resulting to more or less 50 million pesos of damages from the agriculture sector. Pero, mapasalamaton lang yun gihapon ta. Kaya nga ato ang provincial government, the Department of Agriculture, through the City Agriculture's Office, for providing the timely assistance to our farmers in the form of rice seeds, fertilizers, financial assistance to our farmers, and the provision of heavy equipment by our Public Services Department for the farmland rehabilitation. As of today, according to our City Agriculture's Office, more than 90% of the affected farmlands have been restored. Lately, nabati nato ang pagsaka sa presyo sa mga pagkaong palitunon. Labi na gyud ang bugas. Maunang mukaon na lang ta sigig only rice ani sa mga inasal. Kini dili lamang nahitabo sa atong syudad, kung dili nahitabo ni lakip na sa tibuok nasud ug sa tibuok kalibutan. Isip atong interbensyon para madasig ang ato ang mga rice farmers with the collaboration of Governor Henry Waminal, PhilMec, and the Land Bank of the Philippines. Soon, the city government will set up its own rice mill. Mo-engage into palay and rice trading ang ato ang local government unit. Namasin lang ta, nga kung ato ning pagabuhaton, basi makontrol nato gamay ang pagsaka sa presyo sa bugas sa ato ang dakbayan. and at the same time, makahatag tag food security sa atong syudad ug sa ato ang probinsya. Unsa ang business model? Very simple. We buy palay directly from our rice farmers at a premium price, at a higher price. We mill them and we will sell them at cost para abot kaya sa tanan ang presyo sa bugas para sa mga Oroquetanos. This move is unprecedented. We will be sailing in uncharted waters. Pero ato ning buhaton para sa kaayuhan sa atong mga farmers ug kaayuhan natong tanan. For all 47 barangays, regardless kung unsa ang political affiliation sa kapitan, nag-allocate gyud ta og 2 milyones pesos matag barangay para sa ilahang infrastruktura nga sila'y mupili. Farm to market roads, multi-purpose buildings, to water systems. Kining mga proyekto mao nang moingon ko nga regardless of color sa kapitan. Because these projects, dili ni para sa kapitan, kung dili para ni sa ato ang mga katawhan. Second, ato ning gibuhat para ma-empower nato ang ato ang mga barangays. Para mahibaw sila kung unsang mga proyekto ang ilang pangbuhaton ug implementar sa tagsas-tagsa nila nga mga barangay. Para na accountability and at the same time, ownership of the projects. To date, we have implemented 159 projects under the said scheme, amounting to 339 million pesos from our local funds. Ato pong gihatagan ang atuang 47 ka barangays ug mga job orders. Ang atong barangays gihatagan nato ni tungod kay atong gisunod tong pattern or katong scheme sa gitawag namo og Barangay Self-Sufficiency Program during the time of the late Mayor Ernie Bandala. Wherein sa urban barangays, the job orders will help in the cleaning program of the city government. Sa rural barangays, they will help the greening component of the program, no, para maimplementar nato ang mga programa sa ato ang gobyerno. With this scheme, nakahatag patag employment, nakahatag patag serbisyo, nakatabang pagyudta sa ato ang isig katawo. Okay, this is the government's contribution to what we call the pump priming policy of our local government unit. On public utilities, borrowing the words of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. in his recent SONA, ang tubig ay kasing halaga rin ng pagkain. Kailangan nating tiyakin na may sapat at malinis na tubig para sa lahat at sa mga susunod na salinlahi. Considering its fundamental importance, water security deserves a special focus. Our patubig sa barangay program is worth mentioning. As of today, since I assumed office, our Public Services Department have already constructed, rehabilitated, and maintained water systems in 44 out of our 47 barangays. Although we have a water district in Oroquieta, pero wala pa nila na serbisyuan ang tanang barangay sa ilahang service area. Maunang, it is our mission to add more water systems all across all barangays in Oroquieta City in order for all Oroquetanos to have access to clean and reliable supply of water. We still have a lot to improve on the power sector. I am challenging Lemuel to please address the power outages head-on. The business sector is complaining. The people, the owner of Lemuel are also complaining. Ang inyong mayor, ug maski si gobernador, is also complaining. Panahon na tingali na paminawon nato ang mga reklamo sa katawhan. Gikahinanglan, malubong na sa limot sa ato ang mga konsumante publiko na ang Lemuel 1 is equal to brownouts. I ask you to work closely with your local government unit. Together, we can resolve this issue. There is room for improvement, and I believe if we work together, we can do it. Because of our continuing healthy relationship with the business sector through the business chamber, we were able to discuss with the key players on how we can ease the economic burden brought about by the price of gasoline, especially knowing that this is a global problem where we have no direct control. Pero tungod sa pagtinambayayungay nato sa sektang pribado, at the time na nagtaas ang presyo sa gasolina sa atong syudad, kung ikumparar ni nato sa ubang dapit sa Pulo, Mindanao, Zamboanga Peninsula, and Region 10. With the help of Mr. Gorgonio Buquenya, we were able to engage Petron para mapaubos nato ang presyo sa gasolina dinhi sa Oroquieta, if not lower, but almost the same pump prices sa ubang syudad sa Region 10 ug sa Zamboanga Peninsula. Daghan kayong salamat, ana Sir Guni. The business sector, especially the small, medium enterprise, suffered remarkably during the pandemic and flooding. For a while, they closed shop, but they never lost hope in Oroquieta. That is why they cleaned, repaired, reopened, and rebuilt their businesses again. During the pandemic, we offered rental relief for 54 days to stallholders of government rentables. That is roughly 4 to 5 million pesos in lost revenues for the city. We also offered tax relief of no penalty for real property taxes. Business tax up to December 2020. During the flooding, we offered 1 month free rental to affected stallholders. That's more or less another 1 million pesos. We also gave affected businesses a discount of 3% from their business tax and an extension of payment until February 28 of 2023 in the renewal of their business permits. That's another 1.3 million pesos of presumed lost income for the city. We are talking of millions of pesos of lost revenues for the city. But still, we did it because we cannot afford to give a blind eye for our suffering Oroquetanos and our partners in the business sector. A good market reflects a flourishing economy. We are envisioning a good market facility that will be clean, beautiful, modern, where people can converge, buy and trade goods, and at the same time, a tourism destination for our domestic visitors. However, we are slowed down from getting there due to the fires that hit our market and the floods. But this will not stop us from achieving and realizing our dreams. We dream of a better public market for Oroquieta. We are now in talks with the possible joint venture partners to redevelop the public market that will be called Asenso Mercado Publico ng Oroquieta. We are constructing, maintained, and upgraded our roads across the city and the barangays. It is our vision to build better road networks and farm-to-market roads to promote and facilitate the efficient and smooth transfer of both people and goods. Dako namong pasalamat sa national government through its lead agencies like the DBM, DILG, DPWH, Department of Agriculture, and DSWG, sa pagbubo og pundo sa atuang pinanggang dakbayan. Gikan sa 2019 until 2022 alone, we have already received more than 165 million pesos para sa kalain-lain na proyekto dinhi sa atuang syudad. For the expanded PRDP, with the endorsement of Governor Henry, ang Oroquieta will be a recipient of a 200 million plus Paypayan, Binuangan, Sinote, Clarin Settlement Farm-to-Market Road. And another 200 plus million of Mubod, Tuyabang, Alto, Lower Rizal, Victoria Farm-to-Market Road. And next year, through the help of Governor Henry and Kong Jason, we will expect a substantial amount for the redevelopment of our city port in San Vicente, Bajo. Pakpakan na to sila, anak. Oroquieta's employment rate is pegged at 96.3%. We are blessed that our peso has a vigorous collaboration with the Department of Labor and Employment. We are aggressive in providing livelihood and employment facilitation, assistance to our constituents. The ordinance requiring businesses and contractors in Oroquieta that our Sanggunian passed to prioritize Oroquetanons in the hiring of employees help a lot in bringing up that employment rate. Pangpaka na to ang sangguniang panglungsod ni Ana. Mapasalamatan kita sa ato ang partners, ang DOLI, manpower agencies, and local employers that trusted Oroquieta for their labor requirements. Salamat usab sa DTI o DSWD for providing the timely and much-needed assistance for our displaced workers and OFWs during the pandemic. Makita sad nato ang ebidensya. Ang ato ang Peso Office is a consistent national awardee as one of the best performing in the country. Pakpakan nato ang Peso Office niya. We take pride of our support to DepEd. Aside from the support we give them through the Special Educational Fund, or SEF, the city government also allocated additional 100,000 pesos for each public schools in the city. All 51 of them. No? Para dungag MOOE sa ilang mga tagsa-tagsa katunghaan. Kini pwede nilang gamiton para sa brigada eskwela, mga expenses sa pag-travel sa atong mga bata, kung moapil sila og mga kalain-lain nga kompetisyon sa laing lugar. Para dili na mukuot ang maginikanan sa ilahang bulsa kay mahal ang paliton ng tanan. During the pandemic, ang atong pagagamhan ng lokal, wala pud nanuko sa paghatag og suporta sa kalain-lain na mga modalities of learning of instructions, no? Sama sa online teaching, radio, TV o kanang modules nga ilahang gipanghatag. We are doing this because we bank on our youth for the future of Oroquieta. Hence, the city will be investing in them. We have set aside 9 million pesos from our budget for the education assistance via the scholarship program for Oroquetanos, college, TECVO, junior and senior high school students, which now Congressman Jason Almonte started and we have continued. Pakpakan na to si Kong Jason yan. To motivate these learners to aim higher, we are also giving incentives to students who have finished college with Latin honors and for board top-notchers. To date, 73 na kabuok estudyante ang nahatagan nato og financial incentives kay nakakuha ni sila og Latin honors paggraduar nila sa kolehiyo. Oroquieta is now a recognized CSC testing center. The CSC has already conducted 7 eligibility exams in the city. Like the Civil Service Commission, we requested the Philippine Regulation Commission to put up a satellite office here in Oroquieta and conduct licensure examinations in the city. We got a positive response. And so, in September, the licensure examination for teachers will be done in Oroquieta City. Oroquieta, as a testing hub, will create ripples in the local economy. It will steer the hospitality market that caters to food and accommodation needs of the examinees coming from the different parts of Mindanao. Our schools, from both public and private, remain our strong partner in knowledge build-up for our children, but also in mentoring young scientists and mathematicians and training our young athletes. Lately, we are proud of Shaira Hope Rivera, a bronze medalist in the SEA Games for tennis. Pakpakan na to si Shaira ni Ana. John Mike Ayos Lera, a gold medalist in an international track and field competition. And recently, we have Nash Agostines, a gold and silver medalist of the just concluded Palarong Pambansa. Himsog nga katawhan, himsog nga pagagamhanan. We have a proactive health workers in the city, ably managed by our young and dynamic doctors and nurses, and dutifully backed up by our barangay health workers. DOH Region 10 recognized our good practices on health, thus provided funding for the establishment of 2 super health centers in barangays Apil and Lower Rizal. These 2 super health centers will greatly hasten the delivery of health services to these geographically isolated and disadvantaged barangays. Our City Health Office has also successfully opened the Butikan ng Bayan and our City Laboratory that would cater to the needs of our local government employees, barangay officials, barangay health service providers, and the senior citizens for free, no? Maunang isipremyo nato, gipalitan nato silang mga dungag nga sakyanan para sa ilahang pagtransport sa ilahang kalain-lain nga supplies and materials to our various barangays for our health programs. Our disaster and emergency response was truly tested during the pandemic and the December flooding. And I would like to congratulate our team from the city government for exemplifying alertness and preparedness. Saludar ko ninyo, ana. Ako mismo mo pakpak ninyo. They played the hard and difficult role of saving lives and bringing back the city from the shambles to normalcy. This is perhaps because through the years, we have equipped our disaster team with the right capability, interventions, and trainings. We bought modern state-of-the-art vehicles and equipment and poured in sufficient budget for mobilization. Lately, we just purchased the urban search and rescue vehicle. I was informed this is the first in the province. No? Kita rin na daw ingani nga klase nga saktanan sa probinsya. Second, we purchased 2 new ambulances for emergency rescue. Pakpakan po na to sila ni anak. And to have a better grasp, every time an incident may occur in the city, we have already started construction work for our modern command center for the CDRRMO. Peace and order in Oroquieta City is also given importance as we expand. We maintain a healthy and professional partnership with the local PNP, the AFP, PDEA, and all other national enforcement agencies, to include our own SOCD. Crime rate in Oroquieta is low. 45 out of our 47 barangays are already drug-free. Pakpakan na to. Operations against illegal drugs have continued. And in fact, we are all, as our support and commitment to PDEA, we are now finishing phase 2 of our Balay Silangan. If completed, we can now cater sa ato ang mga kaigsuunan nga nabiktima sa illegal nga droga. We have also provided the PNP station located at the CEO compound new furnitures and air conditioning units. Provide them only supply of gas for their patrol operations. We also provide them bullets. And recently, we procured 2 brand new police cars for our PNP. This year, we will also start construction of the first of the 3 substations na among giplano para sa syudad, para sa visibility and improved response time in cases of emergency. Pakpakan na to ang atuang pagagamhanang lokal ni anak. The city government also donated a 2,000 square meter property to the first mobile company of the PNP para mahimo ni nila nga permanente nga campus sa atong syudad. Makatabang na sila, maka-augment pa sa ato ang kapulisan, makatabang pa sa atong ekonomiya. Kaya ang first mobile have about 135 elements in their unit. Naisweldo, tanan mo gasto, mo palit, o mukaon dinhi sa atong syudad. So makatabang yun gihapon sa ato ang ekonomiya. Mubalik ta, anhi na punta sa SOCD nato. Ang atong SOCD, ato ni silang gihatagan og bagong opisina. Train their personnels and provided them new uniforms, body cameras, radio equipments, speed guns, and even a new vehicle for their enforcement duties. It was also observed that from 2020 to 2022, our CDRMO responded to 761 road crashes. Ang uban ni ini minor de edad ug daghan ni ini walay lisensya. Mao nang we tied up with LTO in providing free theoretical driving course, which is a requirement now for applying a student permit. Kung mukuha ka ani sa pribado, mugasto kag 1,518. Kung anhi lang ka sa City of Oroquieta, libre tanan, maka-snack pa ka. To date, we have already given 2,000 certificates for our finishers. And I was informed more TDCs will be offered to our people. And part of our public safety program, we have already procured CCTVs to be placed strategically in the city center. And on tourism, no doubt, the most visited spot in the city is our City Plaza. Maunang pag-assume nato, ato dahil gihatagan og tahas ang ato ang City Tourism Council Chair, si Nanette, to clean it up and restore it. Maunang gwapo ug hinlo na sab ang ato ang plaza. Kay the City Plaza is a heritage park in itself. Na dinha ang kiosk or kanang gitawag na tog bandstand, which is over 100 years old. Now, ang pathways are already senior citizen and PWD friendly. We have already restored the lights sa ato ang City Plaza thanks to Governor Henry. Kay hatag siya 3 million anang lights nato sa City Plaza. We also cleaned the boulevard. Mao nang makita nato nga nahimo naning tapukanan sa mga tao. Si lolo, lola, mama, papa, anak, apo, mag-uyab ug uban pa. Magtapo na sa City Plaza. Tungod kay maski ang baybayon ato pong gihinluan, gikaliguan na pud ni pagbalik sa atong mga katawhan. Ang atong halang-halang will soon have a new look. Once completed, mura na ni siya og food court next to our Bayfront Arena. Again, thanks to Governor Henry, kay this is part of the 45 million peso package nga gihatag ni Governor Henry 2 months after he assumed office last year. No? Our City Tourism Council will also present to the Governor their proposal of converting the fish sanctuary in Mubud into an eco-tourism park na pwede kang mag-kayaking, snorkeling, birdwatching, ug mangrove trekking. Sigurado ko makatabang ni sa panginabuhian sa atong mga kaigsuunan sa Barangay Mubud. Plus, gikomplementaryuhan pa gyud kini sa mga developments nga gi-introduce sa ato ang mga private investors susama sa La Tercilita ang ato ang gipahigayunan sa atong State of the City address karon, owned by Mr. and Mrs. Lubido. Please stand up to be recognized, sir. Daghan kay salamat. Naa pa ang Kenjulu Farms and many others will strengthen our position in the tourism industry of the province. Following the ridge-to-reef approach, our climate change mitigation initiative is a strong network of the government, private sector, NGOs, and the community. We will continue to plant for Oroquieta. Sa akong nahibalan as per report of our city enro, kita lang ang naay nursery sa tibuok Region 10 nga nagtanom og endemic trees ug ato kining gihatag libre dili lang para sa mga Oroquetanon kundi lakip na sa tanang local government units sa probinsya sa Misamis Occidental. Today, we are maintaining and protecting the Tambalacan Forest Park and Malican Eco Park at Clarin Settlement, and the Sitio Canuanan Agroforestry Park at Barangay Tuliok. We have also provided job order employees for our rural barangays that will support our greening program and at the same time, the cleaning program of the urban barangays. The city government, in its effort to efficiently collect our garbage, we have purchased in our first year in office 2 garbage compactors to complement our existing fleet, plus the rehabilitated and repaired heavy equipment for garbage collection. Ang estado sa atong syudad, lig-on tungod kini sa ato ang panaghiusa. Daghan natang nahimo, pero we have just begun. Kini nakabuot nato tungod sa ato ang panaghiusa ug muhangyo ko sa tibuok Oroquieta nga atong ipadayon ang ato ang panaghiusa. We will continue to dream big and bigger for Oroquieta City. Inspired by the 5 M's of Governor Henry, wherein ang misamis nun, magpuyong malinawon, malambuon, ug malipayon. We will continue with our united stand for a better Oroquieta. Abante, atraca, ascenso, Oroquieta. Daghang salamat and God bless everyone.
The chair. The chair declares a few minutes recess. His Honor, Mayor Lemuel Acosta, on behalf of the Sangguniang Council and the people of Oroquieta, the city of the light, the capital of Sam's Occidental, please accept our warmest congratulations and heartfelt gratitude for the bringing Oroquieta City this far. Together, let us make Oroquieta City a better home for all participants. Once again, ato pakpakan si Mayor Lemuel. Magic Corridor, please proceed.
For the next part of our order of business for today's special session, without presiding, I request Honorable Vincent J. Guantero to lead the closing prayer.
Honorable Vincent Guantero, please lead the closing prayer. Please all rise. Magic Corridor, please.
There having no any other items in consideration as far as our agenda for today's special session, August 31, 2023. The Honorable Madam Presiding Officer, let us now proceed to the adjournment.
Any motion for adjournment? Yes, the gentleman from the floor, Honorable Joel Now, is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. I move to adjourn the sponsorship to adjourn this session.
It has been moved by Honorable Joel Now that today's special session be adjourned. Any last comment? The chair is none, so the motion is hereby.
Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. We have just ended our special session with our Vice Mayor and City Pablo Pool. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have our photo proceedings with our City Mayor, Mary Tespers, the group from our City Pablo Pool, and the City Vice Mayor.
Mayor Lemuel sa iyang State of the City Address.
Una-una, mayong hapon sa tanan. Everybody, may hapon. Mao to'y first ever Soca, State of the City Address ni Mayor Lemuel. Practically, I was part of his administration. Karon lang kuan kay 2019 to 2022, wala pa ko'y posisyon. Practically 2022 onwards up to this day, I am karon pa lang ko nakaparticipate sa indirectly sa governance sa City of Oroquieta. So far so good. First of all, congratulations ni Mayor Lemuel, ni Vice Mayor Gigi and the mga councilors. And ipasize kanina department heads. So pagpadagan og syudad dili ni one man show. Ipasize kanina nga it's a team effort. So congratulations kanilang tanan. Despite nga nagiyaan og duha ka pandemya. COVID and baha. So dili na sayon nga experience the situation nga i-tackle sa usa ka chief executive. So, kung graduhon 1 to 10, dili na nako ibutang og 10 kay there's always room for improvement, but definitely the high passing rate.
Okay. So, sa to ba nimo sayo ba ang mag-mayor no? Kina nasayod ta nga former mayor Bogadre sa Oroquieta. Sayo ba sa manto nimo labi lang pag mangita og mga accomplishment and mga projects
Pag manage o usa ka syudad, magamay og padako, di gina sayod. Mag-manage mo ganit ato ang gamay pamilya, dili ka na sayod. So how much more nga mag-manage tag lain-lain nga pamilya nga lain-lain batasan at dili na to pareha o pagmunan tanan. So ang challenge na ang pag-rally nga makasabot sila sa maong direction. Na-point out ni Mayor Lemuel nga na-achieve ning tanan iya accomplishment because of unity from the governor, congress, mayor, vice mayor, ug mga konsehal. So one team, one direction, manang na-create ang team Asenso na nabitan.
Kasi commitment ni mo para sa pagpadayon sa nakita ng mga ayun.
Well, una-una, representative ko sa first district, sa capital city of Misamis Occidental. Naagi ko og kamayor sa syudad. Taga-Oroquieta ko. So definitely, in every direction nga iset sa kalungsod or syudad, sila may mag-set sa priority asa maka-come in ang ako ang tabang in terms of their priority dito po kami. So, each LGU would set their priority. Si Governor and ako mutabang sa ilang tagsa-tagsa ka priority. Dili lang ako tagsa-tagsaon kung sa mga proyekto ngari nga naa sa Oroquieta gikan sa national, but definitely kay because it's Mayor's Lemuel's day karon, it's his time to shine, iyahaning panahon. So definitely ang katong pabutang na to in terms of priority nila naagid na di gina mo lahian.
Sa report ni Mayor Lemuel kanina sa iyang accomplishment, haing mahina na ikaw mismo na-impress sa iyang pag-hikyad sa magkupon.
Well, katong pag-distribute nga ipaangay in terms of priority po per barangay, at least kung mapashare sa each barangay ng dapita nga naay sila nagtabang nila, sayon i-appreciate sa mga taga-barangay nga naay gibuhat ang syudad. Tanang barangay 2 million each, that's good enough. At least kung sa i-priority sa ilang mga barangay official, matagaan dahil mo solusyon sa syudad. Kaya let's be honest, dili man kundi kaya sa barangay ang ilahang priority. So di kaya sa barangay, syudad, utabang, pag-uusay dili kaya sa syudad, mangayot ang funding through my office sa national and dito sa provincial government. That's how the system works.
With them asenso kung unsay imuhang vision para sa Dakbayan sa Oroquieta.
Well, originally, Oroquieta is the capital city. Mayor ko, it was vision to be a city of good life, meaning asenso, peaceful, and everything. And I hope the leadership na maabot kaman ko i-continue ang maong pagpanikamot ang direction nga mahimong stepping stone capital city o sa Miss Occidental sa success sa tibuok probinsya.
Sa lato ni mo, kung sa capital city Oroquieta, di ba isod nga ang tanan nga mga kalampuan na binasa nakatutok yun no, sa mismo sa capital city sa Miss Occidental?
Well, capital city kay naadiri ang seat of government sa probinsya. Diri namugna ang probinsya sa siyudad sa Oroquieta. Manang it should be a challenge nga Oroquieta should be on par with other cities. Dili lang sa Miso, but other capital cities as well in other provinces. So, dili lang na in terms of proyekto and project, in terms of kalampuan. Magaway nga puy-an ato ang syudad. Peaceful, progressive, at the same time, katang kamauta mo accommodate kung mga bisita nga rin sa syudad sa Oroquieta.
Upcoming na yun ang election sa barangay kung unsay imuhang gustong ipabot ng mensahe sa ato ang mga nanagan sa atong mga kaigsuonan Oroquetanhon nga bumuboto or else bisan sa tibuok distrito una.
Ang pagdagan sa election is only one part, stepping stone sa paghimo ug mayo. Giset na sa team Asenso ang iyahang mga values aning nakita. Dili lang pwede nga mudagan ka nga dili ka pwede makakontribute sa team Asenso kung sa ang pagpayo. So, pilian ninyo maayo ang kandidato nga makahatag ninyo ani. But I'm kabalo ko nga daghang mag-claim nga part sa team Asenso. Daghang mag-claim nga madagan sa team Asenso and everything. But ang tinuod nga team Asenso katong antigo musabot kinahanglan sila tabang organization belongs in every sa tagalungsod, syudad, and so on and so forth. So, i-stress na kung pwede tagaan o prioridad ang mga incumbent nga tagaan ng panahon nga mo padayon sa ilahang servisyo. That being said, rest assured nga kami ni Gobernador sa tibuok probinsya manikamot nga makasuporta sa nagtuo nga makatabang sa tibuok probinsya.
Una sa tanan na mapasalamaton kay ta sa labaw nga makagagahom for a very successful nga State of the City address ni Mayor. Makita nato sa iyahang mensahe ang iyahang mga nahimo ug pwede pa nga mahimo para sa atong pinalangga nga dakbayan. Gani mapasalamaton po kay ta sa kalain-lain nga mga sektor nga nianhi labi na pod ang atong pinalanggang governor nga naagyo iyang presensya bisan pa man sa kabisi sa iyang schedule. We also have the other city officials and the neighboring municipality mayors hinganhi pod and to the different sectors, no? Kay nasayod ta nga this is a concerted effort kung unsa ang nahimo karon sa atong pinalanggang dakbayan tungod kini sa mga nagkahiusa nga trabaho sa ato ang mga taga Oroquieta.
So ba may mong first lady or
usahay sayon, usahay pod lisod, depende sa imong pagtan-aw the way you sit, but siguro pod pasalamatan ko sa Ginoo nga nagdako ko sa politika tungod sa akong sugod pa sa akong apuhan. Then ang akong ginikanan kaya makasabot ta, no? It takes a lot of patience and a lot of understanding to be in the politics, but tungod kay nagdako ta niya na, so nahimong sayon ang ato ang pagsabot sa politikanhon nga kalihukan.
File ka sa imong COC.
Yes sir, last Monday.
Yes, oo. Sa may imuha na yung plano ni Ma'am Nanette.
Of course, mudaog sa tauna pagkakapitan. No, mo sa ginay una natong buhaton ang mudaog ta sa ato nga barangay. Then we will see after kung unsay mahitabo. If hatagan ta og for a higher position, then with God's grace, we will accept that. Moingon ko nga, Lord, it is no longer my will, but your will be done.
Kasi plataforma ni Ma'am Nanette.
Ha? Well, of course, especially if nasa barangay, unahon gyud nako ang beautification and cleanliness sa barangay. Kung sana nga murag dako nga issue no sa ato ang barangay ang kanang kahinlo og ang beautification sa barangay. And of course, tungod kay kita ang dimutang ang Oroquieta is the capital of Misamis Occidental, paningkamutan nato nga ang barangay Poblacion 1 pod ang mahimo nga premier barangay sa syudad sa Oroquieta.
Dili ba rin maka-apekto nimo being the first lady of this city?
Actually, usana sa gitan-aw nato no nga mahitabo kay overwhelmed ta sa trabaho as the City Tourism Council Chair, but then maingon lang po ko nga time management gipasabot nako na sa ako ang mga barangay councilors nga we have to set the time kung kanus ako pwede sa barangay, kanus ako pwede sa syudad nga mga kalihukan, especially karon nga upcoming nga atong city fiesta. Kaya amo lang yung gina-schedule tanan, but believe it, since March pa gasugod nami, last March pa gasugod nami og prepare for the fiesta celebration kay we are anticipating for the barangay elections, kay basin pud na yung mga igo for the election ban. Kaya as early as March, nag-prepare na gid ta. So para walay conflict sa ato ang pag-abot nga mga schedules, no? So hopefully with God's grace, ampo ra kita tanan nga mahimo nato ni tanan, makaya nato ni tanan, ampo lang ta kanunay for maayong panglawas and giya sa kahitasan kay nasayod man ta, wala tay mahimo kung wala siya, di ba? Unsa ang message? Well, let's have a good fight lang. Wala man ko'y problema kung magka-enkwentro me, okay lang. That's part of politics. And friendly competition lang. Walay problema nato na. Kung walay kontra, salamat sa Ginoo. Pero akong giingon sa ilaha, manay kontra or wala, focus ta, padayon ta sa atong pagpanerbisyo sa ato ang pinalanggang barangay.
Okay. Sa magsuli mo sa politika karon, o siya advice ni Mayor Lemuel?
Advice ni Mayor Lemuel, we just have to do it we have just to do our best para sa katawan sa Oroquieta. Mayon siya dili man bag-o nato, no, kay actually nahimo pud to nga SK Federated President sa una. Right after my college graduation, na SK na pud ko. So dayon ning hawak ko sa politika, kumbaga right after my term as SK, nag-private person ko, then siya nga maybe it's time na pod nga you go back and kanang time na for you to serve ang barangay nga imong natawhan ug imong nadak-an. So lang, sincero nga pagpanerbisyo para sa katawhan sa Oroquieta ug para sa Poblacion 1, and everything else will follow. Of course, inubanan sa giya sa kahitasan. Kana ra gyud. Always lang gyud asking for God's wisdom and guidance, and everything good will follow.
Okay, so ma'am, sa ipapot mo din sa tanan, no? Ating insights sa tanan mga katawhan labi na taga Oroquieta.
Mensahe para sa mga butante or mensahe para sa kanila? Okay. Be it in politics or not, manaaman mi sa politika ako or wala, ang amo ang kanunay nga pag-ampo nga magkahiusa ta, no? Mao mong pud gyapon na ang kanang tumong ug tinguha sa atong pinalanggang governor nga kita tanan magkahiusa ta para makabot nato ang 5M sa ato ang pinalanggang governor nga ang misamisnon, magpuyong, malinawon, malipayon og malambuon. Kana lang.